Playing with Power MTG. Powerful cards, powerful formats. Before we get into tonight's game, I wanted to ask a question. Do you have extra cards lying around that you don't use? Want to buy or trade for some extra cards but don't know how to maximize the value? Then you should try out today's sponsor, Card Conduit. Card Conduit is the best service when it comes to selling your extra cards. They have three main services. Their standard service lets you send them your unsorted cards of any value. They will sort, grade, and give you the best price for your cards. Their curated service is similar. Send them your unsorted cards worth over $1 in value. They will charge half the fee of the standard service and charge no fee per card. Their sorted service is a great value as well. Choose cards in advance with their selection tool, send them sorted to Card Conduit, and they will grade and buy list them automatically. Save yourself the time of having to send to multiple sites and let Card Conduit do it instead. Their fee is only 2% with no fee per card. So give Card Conduit a try today. If you sign up with my link in the description below or use the promo code POWER, you will also get 10% off of their fees when you use their service. A big thanks to Card Conduit for sponsoring today's video. The Mox Masters Invitational is coming this October 20th through the 22nd in Columbus, Ohio. Qualified players compete in the $10,000 CEDH tournament. There is a last chance qualifier on Friday, October 20th. Earn cash and points, and the top 4 automatically qualify for the Invitational. Didn't qualify? No problem. There is a CEDH Open tournament on Saturday, October 21st. Come and compete for $4,000 in prizes. Sunday, we will have booster drafts and on-demand CEDH pods and free play all day long. Check out the link below for more info. It is going to be a great weekend, and we hope to see you there.
Hey everyone, Matt Sperling here for Playing with Power. Excited about this vintage match. I'm playing Aggro Shops, a deck based on Mishra's Workshop, and a bunch of artifacts that try to put stacks pieces out and eventually some creatures that can finish the game.
Hey, this is Drake Sasser once again playing Vintage. This is game 1. I will be playing Sultai Midrange. This is a Luris deck, and it's kind of just built like Boomer Jund from what I can tell. Have not played a lot of Vintage, couldn't give you an in-depth thing. It's Sultai Fair cards. I kept the 7 looks like this.
Okay, good luck, have fun.
To you as well.
Mishra's Sphere of Resistance with 1 Workshop mana floating.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That resolve?
Yeah, that resolves.
I'll pass the turn.
So sick. Wow. All right, I'm going to draw. Oh, that's on time. Sure, so we're going to kick things off with a tropical island. Then we're going to pay 1 for my Mox Sapphire, I guess. I'll pass the turn over to you after that.
Draw. I'm going to pay 1 of the Workshop mana for a Mox Emerald with 2 Workshop mana floating. Play an Urza's Saga. It's going to go to Chapter 1. Play another Sphere of Resistance.
I don't think that one can happen. I'll pay 1 for my Force of Will, pitching a Cataxian Probe. Alternate cost, of course. The 1 extra paid. That'll put me to 19 as First Blood.
I'll pass the turn.
I'll draw. That was a good draw. Here is an Underground Sea. I'm going to pass the turn. I have effects in your upkeep.
Untap, upkeep, pass priority.
I'm going to pitch cast a Force of Vigor, paying 1 and exiling a Assassin's Trophy. The targets are the Sphere of Resistance and the Urza's Saga. I have no further effects.
I'll draw for my turn. I'll play Phyrexian Revoker with 1 colorless float, 1 Workshop mana floated.
That resolves.
I'll say Mox Sapphire. Pithing Needle.
That also resolves.
I'll name Oko. Not the 6 mana one from this.
yeah. Oko Thief of Crowns. That makes sense. Okay.
And then I will pass the turn.
I think this is the best this card can possibly look in this matchup. And step, I'm going to cast an Orcish Bowmasters.
Oh, yikes. Yep.
ETB, I'm going to have it target the Phyrexian Revoker, and I'll make a 1/1 Orc Army. I'll go. Cast Merchant Scroll. Is this ever supposed to grab something other than Ancestral Recall?
Like you want to recall me to get 3 Bowmaster triggers.
Whoa! I'm going to grab Ancestral Recall. I am going to cast Ancestral Recall targeting myself.
Good choice. I pass.
I have assembled Painful Truths. My land for turn is going to be a Tropical Island, and we're going to cast a Preordain with that Tropical Island. Like them both. I'll top both, draw this one, go to combat, beatdowns for 2. With that, my turn is over.
Draw. I'll pass.
I will draw. Land for turn is going to be Mystic Sanctuary. Trigger, I'll put Ancestral Recall back on top of my library. Go to combat, attack for 2. After blocks with 4 damage, I'm just going to cast another Orcish Bowmasters.
Yeah,
Deal 1 to you and roll up, so you take a total of 4 this turn to 14. Second main, I'm going to buy Luris, and then it's your turn.
Draw for my turn. I'll pass the turn.
Draw. I'll kick things off with Ancestral Recall targeting myself. I'll draw 3. I'm going to play Strip Mine as my land per turn, and Strip Mine the Workshop. Combat, I'll attack for 4. I'm going to do the trick again. I'm going to cast the Bowmasters after blocks.
Okay, so the ping sends me to 13.
It's 3 and then +2, so it's 5. Should put you to 8, I believe. After that, my turn's finished. You're up.
Draw. I'll pass the turn.
I'll draw. I'm going to cast a Preordain. Bottom this one, top this one. Draw. Go to combat, attack for 6. And then I'll pass the turn to you.
Draw. Wasteland, go.
Draw. Go to combat, attack for 6.
I die. I will play Ancient Tomb. Tap it, go to 18. Play a Sphere of Resistance. I'll pass the turn.
Okay. I'm going to play Wasteland and Wasteland the Ancient Tomb. Your turn.
Draw for my turn. Strip mine and pass the turn.
Okay, well met. I'll draw. Yeah, I'll play an Underground Sea and pass the turn.
In your end step, I'll strip it.
Stripped.
I'll play Ancient Tomb. I'll play a 1/1 Stonequill Serpent. Taking 2, going to 16. I'm done.
We'll play Misty Reinforce and pass the turn.
Draw. Swing for 1. Slayer Academy. I'll take 2 from the Ancient Tomb, go to 14. I'll play a Nettle Cyst, and then I'll pass the turn.
On your end step, I'm going to fetch with Misty Rainforest. I will find a tropical island. And then I'm going to pay 1 to alternate cast Force of Vigor, exiling Deathrite Shaman as an alternate cost. Targets of the Nettle Cyst and Sphere of Resistance. Yeah.
Okay, so those are dead, and I'm still done.
Alright, I'll attack. And I'll draw. I'm going to play an Underground Sea and cast Tarmogoyf. And then my turn's over.
Draw. I'll play an Urza's Saga. It'll go to chapter 1. I'll play Null Rod. My last card in hand for Phyrexian Revoker. I'll name Deathrite Shaman. Pass the turn.
Okay. Land for turn, Strip Mine. I will activate it targeting Urza's Saga. Cast a Ponder. Yeah, I like these roll.
That's a new type, so 5/6.
Yeah, I got a 5/6 now, and I'll draw. Some incentive to make this a 2-turn clock. I'll attack for 5. My turn's over.
Draw. Play Wasteland, and Wasteland your Tropical Island. Attack for 2 with Deathrite Shaman.
Deathrite Shaman? Yeah, I got a
I
16.
mean, with the Deathrite Shaman named Revoker. A little bit confusing. Yeah. I don't know why I said that. Go ahead.
I'll attack for 5.
I'll block with the Revoker. I mean, block with the Stonequill Serpent.
Block a Stonequill Serpent, talking hard. I'm gonna play a Tropical Island and cast the second Tarmogoyf. My turn's over.
Draw, scoop.
Alright, we're here to talk about sideboards. Yeah, do you want to kick it off, Matt?
Yeah, I've got 4 Null Rod in my deck, but I'm going to go down to 2 since they're not always effective against that color combination. That bug deck is usually not too reliant on artifacts, so I can trim a couple, and the Pithing Needle, same sort of story. There's no Bazaars over there, so that comes out. And then I've got Crucible of Worlds in the sort of Wasteland mirror, and then Wormcoil Engine to try to trump like a Tarmogoyf, so it's also good against removal. So these coming in, these coming out.
And for me, like I said, not super intimately familiar with the matchup, but I do know that Force of Vigor is good, and Flush of Charms are really bad, so that's one of the easy swaps here. So the top 2 and bottoms are out. Bringing in 2 Force of Vigors to answer the artifacts for obvious reasons, and then a couple copies of Fatal Push. Stonequill Serpent can get out, like, get really large and potentially outsize my Tarmogoyfs and stuff like that. Helps check that, as well as answer any Revokers that might, be coming down on Deathrites or whatever to try to stymie some of my mana. And 1 Bowmasters and the Mental Misstep out. Didn't see a ton of 1-drops. The Misstep probably is just like not as good in this matchup. And then Bowmasters, I mean, you don't really draw a bunch of extra cards as a shops deck, so it's really, a much more mitigated effect. And, I still have a ton of them in the deck, but I think we can trim on it a little bit. So yeah, ins, outs.
I'll start with a Mox Jet. Mishra's Workshop, and I'll cast a Lodestone Golem. That's in there, I pass.
Here's a Wasteland. It's your turn.
Draw. I'll swing for 5. I'll play a Sphere of Resistance with the 1 color floating.
I guess I'll respond here. We'll play a Force of Vigor, exiling a Deathrite Shaman. Targets are the Mox Jet and the Lowzone Golem.
Lowzone Golem and Mox Jet will die. I've got a black and a colorless floating. Sphere on the stack.
Yep, that happens.
Pass the turn.
I'll try. I guess I'll wasteland the shop. Your turn.
We'll play a Mishra's Workshop.
No, that's cheating. You get him 2.
I'll play a Phyrexian Revoker.
Yeah.
I'll name Deathrite Shaman and pass the turn.
Yeah. Go ahead. It's your turn.
Draw. Attack for 2.
The block's 13.
2/2 Stone Coil. Pass the turn.
Draw. Your turn.
Draw. 4.
The block's 9.
Pass the turn.
Busted 1. Not a busted 1. Your turn.
Draw. 4. Pass the turn.
Draw. No. Discard step. Period. You're up.
Draw. I'll swing for 4.
The block's 1.
Urza Saga. Foundry Inspector. Pass the turn.
Go to my discard step. Discard period. Yeah.
I'll draw. I'll go to chapter 2 and I'll smash for 7.
Yeah, I'm dead. We're going to play a Misty Ring Porch. I'm going to fetch with it. I'm going to Underground Sea. And I'm going to cast a Deathrite Shaman. My turn's over after that.
I will draw for my turn. Mox Sapphire. Mox Ruby.
Oh my.
Workshop. I'll play a Golos Tireless Pilgrim. I'll put an Urza Saga into play and I'll pass the turn.
I'll draw. I'm going to cast a Brainstorm. I'm going to play a Polluted Delta. I'm going to fetch a Polluted Delta. I'm going to find a Tropical Island. Then I'm going to activate Deathrite Shaman, exiling my Polluted Delta, and I will cast Time Walk. That's it for my turn. Can I tap? And draw. I'm going to cast a Demonic Tutor. I'm just going to pass the turn after that.
Upkeep.
Yeah, you know what it is. I'm going to cast a Force of Vigor, exiling a Tarmogoyf as the alternate cost, targeting... They're supposed to target this Golos, I think. Golos and Urza Saga.
Phyrexian Revoker.
Yeah, that happens.
Deathrite Shaman. Crucible of Worlds.
Yeah, I'll Fortification that, exiling a preordained the last 2 cards.
Exiles my Crucible and I'll pass.
Draw a banger. It's not bad. Here's the Wasteland. Wasteland the shop. Your turn.
Untap. Draw. Cast Sphere of Resistance.
Resolves.
Pass the turn.
Pay a mana to cast Black Lotus.
Yep.
Right on time, pal. Your turn.
Draw. I'll play an Urza Saga. It goes to chapter 1 and I'll pass the turn.
Well, that was a good time for another Force of Vigor. I'll draw. Attack for 1. Crack Lotus for Trip Green and cast Turn Wave. You're up.
Yep. Draw. I'll go to chapter 2 and I'll pass the turn.
I'll draw. Creature, artifact, land, enchantment, instant sorcery. Oh, this thing's just fucking huge. Okay. Combat. I think it's 6.
Yep, I got a 13.
Go ahead.
End step construct token. Draw. Respond to the chapter 3 trigger, making a construct. Search my library.
Yep.
Soul Ring.
Yep.
You familiar with this one or do you need the Oracle text?
Actually, can I get an article on whether that one should be banned or not, or what's up?
Yeah, I'll give you 7 things to think about.
I'll do my thinking. I'm at 11.
Strip Mine. Target Tropical Island with Strip Mine. Pass the turn.
Here's a Misty Rainforest. Your turn.
Foundry Inspector. That makes Lotus free since he's now offset. Sack the Lotus. Play Crucible of Worlds.
Boof. Yep.
Strip Mine for my graveyard. Strip Mine Underground Sea. I'll swing with 2 9/9s.
I need the Deathrite Shaman for amazing work. I'll block one of them with the Tarmogoyf.
Done.
Go. Wasteland pass.
I'll keep draw. I'll put Strip Mine into play and attack you with all my creatures.
I'm dead.
Robbie, do we have a game 5 coming?
Game 5 incoming. I'm gonna kick things off with the Misty Rainforest. I'm gonna fetch this Misty Rainforest Tropical Island. I'm gonna cast a Mox Jet. Do every Jund player's Wet Dream and cast turn 1 Tarmogoyf. And my turn's over after that. I'm just gonna shuffle.
Okay, I'll draw for my turn. I'll cast Mox Emerald. We'll go to chapter 1 on Urza Saga and we'll cast a Phyrexian Revoker. I'll name Mox Jet and I'll pass the turn.
Okay, on tap. I'm going to deliciously lick my chops, the Sword of Bowmash in my hand, and draw. Yeah, that's a good one, too. Here's an Underground Sea. We're going to go ahead and cast Orcish Bowmasters. ETB trigger is going to target our friend Phyrexian Revoker there. Go to combat, attack for 3. And then I will follow it up with a Deathrite Shaman. And my turn's over.
Draw. I'll go to chapter 2. I'll play an Urza's Saga. It goes to chapter 1. And I will pass the turn.
And I will. I'm gonna attack with Tarmogoyf and Orcish Bowmasters.
No block.
I'm gonna play an Underground Sea as my land for turn. Exile my Misty Rainforest for a green. I'm gonna cast another Tarmogoyf, and then I'm gonna buy Luris. And my turn's over.
And
Look at me, I'm the aggro deck now.
And set. I'll make a construct with Urza's Saga. Draw. This saga goes to 2. This one goes to 3. I'll add a colorless mana and then trigger it. Soul Ring. The colorless, along with these 4, makes a Golos. I'll get Tolarian Academy, and I'll pass the turn.
Alright, let me do a big sonk here. I think this is straightforward to maybe players better than me, but I need to do something because I'm not good. Cast Fatal Push targeting the Construct token. Combat, I think we're sending everybody but the Deathrite Shaman.
I'll block a Tarmogoyf.
So you take 7. Cast Lure to the Dream Den.
Okay.
After that, it's your turn.
Keep draw. I will make a construct.
Okay.
Then my saga goes off to let me tutor. Golos trigger. Yeah, I kind of wish I had my Brazuka Bog in here. I almost boarded it in.
Yeah, you're pretty good right now.
Yeah, it'd be decent for sure. Urza Saga. We'll go to chapter 1. Sack Lotus. Play Nettle Cyst. Make a Germ token and pass the turn.
A lot of good draws here. Don't need a lot to finish this game. I'll draw. Okay. I'm going to attack with the Tarmogoyfs, Orcish Bowmasters, Deathrite Shaman. Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to send the Deathrite. I'm going to send the Deathrite. Attack like this.
I'll block Tarmogoyf with Germ and Tarmogoyf with Golos.
I'm going to play Tropical Island as my line for turn, and then you're up.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'll trigger Saga. Play Crucible of Worlds. There's a Saga. Go chapter 1. I have 1 floating, I'll play Lodestone Golem. With the 1 floating, I'll make a construct.
3 blockers again, huh?
Yeah, am I just dead on board though?
I think so. So activate is 2, so you're at a virtual 2, you have 3, 2 points get through, yeah. You're exactly dead right now.
Yeah, I'll pass. I'm just dead.
Draw. Gee, which is good because I have all lands in hand. Alright, yeah, combat, everybody but Deathrite, unless I'm missing something. Hopefully I'm not.
Yeah, I'll block Luris, Goyf, take 2, go to 2.
Yeah, and then I think actually all of that dies. I'll gain 3, and then I'll activate Deathrite Shaman, exiling my Fatal Push to drain you for the last 2 points.
Yeah, you got it. Good games.
Woo, good games. Awesome, it was close.